I'd like to start first by saying how proud I am to see the entire room stand for the national anthem. I'll tell you why real quick. There's a reason why we stand for the anthem, and that reason is because there was a point in history when Americans had to kneel as subjects to the crown. And when the national colors went in front of them, they had to show their subservience to the greatness of the monarchy. The reason why we stand for our national anthem today, whether you agree with everything that's going on in our country or not, is to show that the government is subservient to the people. And we stand because we're proud to be Americans, whether we agree or not on everything. We can at least agree that this is a fantastic country, and we'll always stand because no one can ever make us kneel again. So as Mr. Simbor said, I was a 2005 Wayne Central grad, and I remember 9/11 quite well. I was in Mrs. Timothy's history class, and when the whole event started to unfold, little did I know that 10 years later from that date, on the anniversary, I'd be hoisting a flag over Cap Comanche in the Tora Bora Mountains, right where Osama bin Laden had fled to. I felt very well prepared for my time in the military, having come out of Wayne Central, getting a chance to both immerse myself in the academics and the leadership opportunities here, athletics. You guys really have a fantastic school district here. I'm going to tell you that right now. Not all of you may believe me right now, but I've been all around the world and back, and we do want to raise our daughter right here to give her the same opportunities that we had. So after graduating, I went out west. I worked in an underground coal mine to put myself through college, did ROTC, and then graduated as a second lieutenant to the Army. Came back here for a quick visit with my family, ran back into my best friend, Mel, who I met at Free Will in second grade, and we've been together ever since, married for 7 years now. So she stuck along with me for the ride, like I said, all around the world and back. I became a field artillery officer, spent time in infantry and artillery units, 3 years in Germany, which was fantastic. Got to work for NATO staff and about 12 different countries, planning staffs and their officers to put together training. It was quite an experience. Then I spent a year, 2011 and 2012, in what Time Magazine calls the evilest place in the world. I spent time along the Pakistan border at a place called Bermal-Shkin. And I won't go into the gory details of everything that happened in that year. And I don't know if the evilest place in the world was, in fact, the most apt name to call it. But I did witness and participate and take part in some of the most brutal and awful things that man can do to one another. And it has given me a profound respect and appreciation both for the lives that we get to enjoy and what it means for a complete failure in diplomacy and communication when the only thing that you can resolve to in order to get your point across is to end another human life. Like I said, being part of some of the most awful things that people can do to each other, not only does it open your eyes, get you to reflect a lot. My men and I took the lives of a lot of people. As a new father, that's a tough one to think on because those were someone else's kids, and whether we believe we're always right or not, obviously, if they're willing to take up arms against us, they believe that they were right. So we must never, ever forget the perspective of the so-called other side. Because I've been told by a wise man once, there's 4 sides to every story. There's your side, there's my side, there's what the public at large thinks actually happened, and then the real story. And so often, the real story is never truly revealed. So as I always place America first, and I love our nation, I'll never forget the people that stood against us for what they believed in as well. A lot of people do suffer from the mental anguish of experiencing warfare firsthand. I would say that I'm extremely blessed to say that I don't feel that I have any residual effects of PTSD or any trouble. Definitely some of my soldiers that served with me have struggled. Still there? Okay. Afghanistan was a very one-sided engagement, I would say. For every one of us that was lost, the other side lost many, many, many more. And we haven't felt a lot of our casualties until we actually got home. Lost two of my former soldiers to suicide since we returned, another to a car accident. You kind of laugh to yourself. You can make it through a war zone together, but then we're our own worst enemies when we get back home. Not everybody